Hypocrisy may have a bad denotation, but it's no longer a label anyone fears. In fact, hypocrisy is a necessary evil if one wants to navigate the modern world. Not only is it perfectly fine to hold double standards, but it is expected, encouraged, and required. We have divided into two distinct teams, the right and the left, and above all else, you have to stay on your team. Integrity may be a virtue, but today it's a liability. If you aren't a hypocrite, you are an outcast. You'll learn quickly that going against the grain is bad. This is especially true for Republicans, but both sides are susceptible to this phenomenon. Republicans say that they want governance from those that will speak their minds and stand up for what they believe in. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case. But the hypocrisy isn't just in governing the American people. It's manifested itself in our endless culture war, and the hypocrisy there once again exhibits the true colors of both sides. Let's look at cancel culture. For a party that says that cancel culture is indicative of being a snowflake, they sure do like an old-fashioned boycott. For supporters of small government and the people that purportedly revere the Constitution, it seems that they may need to go back and read the amendment that comes before the Second Amendment. Free speech goes both ways, my friends. Protesting is not supposed to be a comfortable thing. It does no one any good to hold up signs of government or product detraction in their own fenced backyard. Love is love. Love is love as long as it's non-traditional. Love is love as long as it passes the test authored by progressive feminists. Somehow, they get to determine what a healthy relationship is and can openly shame people with impunity. This is beautiful. This is terrible. This is somehow okay. It's funny that the notion of choice to feminists only exists in the realm of reproduction after conception. You're telling me that a woman is equal to a man and her choices are to be honored, but an 18-year-old woman or a woman in her early 20s can't make a decision on her partner? Why the hell can they vote? We're here, we're queer, get used to it. It's catchy and very direct. So here's one for older men and their younger wives. I'm a mature man and she's a lass. If you don't like it, you can kiss our collective ass. Christian values. Back to Republicans. You have lost all credibility when it comes to your values when it comes to Trump. You claim to be Christian, but let this slide.
I did try and fuck her. She was married.
You hear that? He made a move on a married woman. That's unadulterated adultery. But nothing. But Democrats, you went all crazy over the grab him comment. Don't kink shame him. Don't call it sexual assault because he said they let you do it. Good old consent. Trump derangement syndrome. But Republicans complain about this so-called Trump derangement syndrome. They have the hardest time forgetting about a man that hasn't been president since 2017. Cultural appropriation. Can the left just shut up already? This stuff is why you lose. Well, listen.
Hell yes, we're gonna take your AR-15, your AK-47.
The inconsistency of the cultural appropriation issue is frustrating. It leads to soft targets being attacked in our society and seems to be only one-sided. Aren't you the party of my body, my choice? One has the right to wear one's hair however they like. One also has the right to quote a song that they enjoy and personify it. This trivializes real racism. And on the subject of appropriation, since the above can meet the definition, seriously, what exactly is this?
I mean, you're patriots. You are. You are patriots.
This isn't appropriation of femininity or womanhood? Let me get this straight. Drag queens being overly feminine gets labeled as patriotic, but these women, being women, get labeled as worse for women than Donald Trump? So women being feminine is bad, but this 11-year-old boy is totally cool and normal. Let's stay on this subject. These women are successful athletes in their respective sports. Bethany Hamilton, a surfer who lost an arm in a shark attack, still surfs competitively and speaks her mind. This is Riley Gaines, another talented athlete in the sport of swimming. She is also a strong, well-spoken American woman. You'd think that these women would be some of the best embodiments of feminism and should be darlings of the left. However, while experts in the area of their competitive athletics, they stepped on the toes of the left's latest project and receiver of 90% of its attention: transgendered people, especially trans women. Hamilton and Gaines say that trans women athletes have an unfair advantage in competition, but are deemed transphobic. What happened to believe women? That only counts, I guess, when the women are not Christians, or they say what the left wants them to say. Here are trad wives, or traditional wives. According to this writer, the lifestyle is toxic and scary. These women, these adult women choosing a lifestyle that they want, are being openly shamed. They are being told openly that their chosen lifestyle is toxic and scary. Scary. This is scary. But not this. These women striking themselves to frame their husbands, or this woman lying about a forceful physical gratification of a male assailant. No, this doesn't draw the ire of feminists. It's traditional femininity. Law and order. Black Lives Matter, my black ass. The left claims that they care about us, but pass laws that negatively affect us all the time. Crime data shows that most crime is intra-racial. At least violent crimes are. And I'm guessing property crimes are probably more common within neighborhoods. So what exactly does the state of Illinois do to protect its citizens? No cash bail and release for these crimes. I guess black folks stuff don't matter. Border Patrol. What? I remember Trump wanted to control the border and was called racist. Even the Hispanic Americans who live along the border wanted it more secure. Democrats, the champions of minorities, didn't listen. But then when Abbott started busing people, oh well, New York City Mayor Eric Adams got a taste of the problem and was overwhelmed.
We cannot allow buses with people needing our help to arrive without warning at any hour of day and night.
I guess Texas should bear the brunt of the immigration issue exclusively, and the sanctuary city designation is just more hypocrisy. And let me say this, I think Abbott is a terrible governor, but in this regard, he looks like a genius. He's playing the left like a fiddle. History. Remember when this was destroying history? Tearing down statues of traitors and the losers was erasing the fact that the events of the Civil War actually occurred? But Republicans in Florida and Texas are literally rewriting history books to meet their agenda? Really? This is coming from the party of fuck your feelings? Well, live up to that motto. Oh, and let's look at this. Party of Law and Order. The party that's never seen a black man not somehow deserve it, but don't see it that way every time for some reason. And definitely don't see this as sullying the perception of U.S. civility. And folks seem to be angry with this woman's death. It's interesting that the folks that scream out comply, comply wear shirts like this. Decorum. Remember this tweet? And he received that mighty masculine thundering retort from Ted Cruz defending the love of his life. Yeah, that's the party that puts out memes like this. The takeaway from all this is that the progressives and conservatives are truly wings of the same bird. They are really the proverbial size of the same coin. No matter how you try and rationalize it, you are both the same and utilize the same tactics. You're the same tribe, merely separated by differing taboos. And neither of you wants to grant anyone else the freedom to live outside of your own hindering philosophical stance.